to episode number 59 of Real Lifeish Friends podcast. This is where the group chat turns into a podcast. And excuse us for this technical difficulties. This system is changing. I was just pressing stuff. I was like, hopefully I get to where I need to be.
You done gave us a little calypso music.
Listen, I was like, this the wrong sound for the number.
I can't deal with you.
But it is what it is and ain't what it ain't. So as many of you know, last week was April Fool's Day, last Wednesday, the day after our podcast. And someone decided to play an April Fool's joke. And let me just tell you, it wasn't Kimberly. So Mila, go ahead and let them know.
So, in my place of employment, I am a social worker, a licensed social worker. Let me say that. So I'm a licensed social worker. But in the job, I feel like we do a lot of nursing stuff. So I feel like, I'm a nurse at times and also a doctor. But really, I'm just paying attention to.
Now you. Okay, continue.
Really, I'm just paying attention to the lingo, the medical terminology. And so I always joke with the staff that I am studying to become a nurse. So clearly they like shenanigans like I do and foolishness and carrying on. So they say, well, we're going to have a pinning ceremony for you as a nurse. Which means I was going to have a hat, a coat, and we were going to have a reception, and we were going to have a pinning ceremony. And then I was going to recite like the Florence Nightingale thing, the whole shebang, right? And so we had invited, like my supervisor, team lead, and another person. So it was an ongoing joke that I was studying to be a nurse. Well, fast forward, send the email out. And so they said, well, we'll just do it on Wednesday, because that's when the majority of the nursing staff that have always been in on the joke was going to be there. So Wednesday came, which was April Fool's Day. We had a cake. I had my nursing hat, so I had a pinning ceremony to be a nurse. I had the hat. I had the coat. We had refreshments. Had a cake that said congratulations. All of that good stuff. And so everybody at work knew it was an April Fool's joke. Well, I decided to post it on social media. It was like, and just like that, I'm a nurse. Woo! The amount of calls, texts, and comments that I got, because people really thought that I had became a nurse. And for every like, there was a comment. And then for those that did not comment, they called me to see if I really was a nurse. And I was like, no, I am not a nurse. But before I posted it on social media, I sent it to our group text chat.
Yeah.
Miss Kimberly took it upon herself to say, well, congratulations. But I didn't know you was in school. I'm not. I don't know what I said after that, but then she was like, I said, no, this was just a joke. So she was right there like seriously Googling if I could become a nurse in like 3 months. So she was all trying to figure out what I if I had really became a nurse.
And by the way, hello, auntie and uncle.
Hey, auntie. Hey, uncle. And so they really thought that I was. Well, Kim was like, "Well, congratulations."
No. I'm looking at the text right now. So she posted all these photos. Congratulations, cake and everything. And I said, and she said, I'm a nurse now. And I said, this must be an April Fool's joke. And mind you, one of the people that is on the chat, I'm literally having a conversation on the phone with them at this time. And the first thing they say to me was, did she tell you this last night? Because keep in mind, April's Fool was on Wednesday. We do the podcast on Tuesday. We have full-on conversations after the podcast, most podcast days. I felt like if she was a nurse or had been in school, first of all, when was you in school? You going on? You got to be going online because I know you ain't going. You ain't left out that house, baby. You was not left out. So
you don't know me.
And she says, girl, I've been studying to be a nurse. I said, since when? Congratulations. I'm only going to read me and her parts. I'm going to leave the other people out of this group chat because they're not on this show. And then I says, I'm proud of you if this ain't an April Fool's joke. And you said, since they gave me more responsibilities at work. And then I said, why are you laughing? And you know I'm asking Google, can you be a nurse in 3 months? It says you can't. Learn something new today. We need to celebrate. This is huge. And then she says, I got on the job training. And then she said, she's not a nurse. And I said, you make me sick. Because I was Googling, the only on-the-job thing you can do is be a CNA. And like I told her when we talked, nothing about Mila says she wants to be a CNA. If you know Mila, nothing about Mila says she wants to be a CNA. First of all, if you met her, you know nothing about her says she wants to be a CNA. And no disrespect to CNAs because CNAs do a great job. But Mila, that ain't her, as she used to say all the time, that's not her ministry. And I was really stuck there Googling. I'm literally like, can you be a nurse? Da-da-da. And I was like, if you kept this up, I was about to go check your nursing license.
So then,
also the reason why I know that this had to be some kind of concoction with other people, I was like, well, maybe they're playing a joke on her because it was cake. Now, if she bought cupcakes, I would have knew that it was real and from her. But it was a cake. Mila don't like cake.
I like cake, but I prefer cupcakes.
Exactly. You weren't gonna celebrate nothing big with no cake.
So then, okay. So I text that group. So then I text the bestest and told them so my other group of friends. So I was like, hey, same pictures I sent Kim and crew. I said,
I know they didn't believe none of it.
So I sent it to Jalea and Disha, right? So Disha was like, a nurse with question marks. Ain't nobody told me nothing. Congratulations. I said, straight on the job training. And then they was like, oh, you got a white coat and everything. You know, so Jaleel was like, okay, you got a good group of folks that got a great sense of humor with you or whatever, right? So I call myself giving some people notice before I put it out in these social media streets, right? So after I gave the necessary people warning, I put it on the face in the book. 5 minutes later, I'm getting text messages. I'm getting calls. Congratulations. Congratulations. All kind of messages, right? Well, so the next morning, I said, well, let me get on here and tell the people, April Fools, they were still going at it. So then Auntie and Uncle got a call from another auntie. Hey, don't Jamila was in nursing school?
Because she's not.
Uncle cussed me out.
Rightly so.
My old pops call was like, I didn't know you was in nursing school. I feel like you would have told me. And I was like, no, I'm not in school. It was just an April Fool's joke. An April Fool's joke that I did not think was going to take off the way that it did. I had no clue that it was going to take off like that.
Make sure you
just me and my coworkers.
You need to make sure you post the photos on the. You need to make sure you post the photos on the podcast page so the people know that the depth that you went to be
that my coworkers and I went to.
Yeah, it was collaborative.
Let me tell you, we had everybody. We had one of the senior managers that was like come to our little rounds. He was there. He took pictures with me. My supervisor, team lead, all my coworkers came. It was like, oh, honey, we was. I wore a hat for like the party was like okay. So the ceremony was like at 12:30. I know I wore that outfit for maybe about a couple of hours, coat and all. Cake and all. Like they really went in this foolishness with me. So I pulled off an April Fool joke that I did not think that I could pull off. I thought honestly, I feel like folks know me enough to know that if I was in school, I probably would tell them, you would know something about me being in school. And again, as Kim said, that's not my ministry to go back to school to obtain nobody license.
And I was so
I'm happy with the.
I like because when I knew at that point, I definitely knew she was lying. And I was so conflicted. I was like, I don't want people to think that I like am not rooting for her, but I also know it's a lie. So I was conflicted. And so I didn't want to say anything. Then I also know
tell the people that you really was looking for the key folks that would comment.
And I was like, Lay ain't nowhere on here. Automatic. She ain't with the shenanigans. So everybody should know this ain't real. And I was like, I'm conflicted. I want to say congratulations, but I know it's a lie. When I don't want to blow up your spot either. Because I do allow people to be great. So I was just very conflicted.
She didn't necessarily want me to be great, but we digress.
I did want you to be
she
great.
She was in full FBI mode.
Yeah, because why? I Google. I be on this podcast Googling stuff. You think I ain't gonna Google when you say you're a nurse and say you got a job trainer? No.
So yeah, I mean, hey, my my coworkers, the team that I'm on my floor, they was all in on it. And again, like my supervisor, team lead came, like the administrative assistant, she came, like, and my coworkers, they all came. They was like, okay, we there. And it was cake. And we had like true refreshments. You hear me? True refreshments. So everybody went in on it.
Yeah, that was big of them because I don't know. I probably would have helped out with a shenanigan or so, but I would have then been like, don't be lying to the people. Don't lie to the people.
Well, I told them next year we about to be a nurse practitioner next year, so buckle up, people.
And I also gave her some helpful advice. And I'm going to give everybody some helpful advice as it relates to April Fools. If you know you have people in your life like me, aka nosy people, at least verify your information first to make sure that whatever they Google is going to come up correct. Because if they Google and it don't match, they're going to be like me and be like, it's not possible.
Well, I think probably a majority of the people wasn't gonna Google. They were just gonna take me at face value.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you don't post that often.
Right.
You post like maybe once or twice a month on your own page.
At best.
So, exactly. So like all of a sudden, like I think they also the Facebook algorithm was like, she don't be on here. Because also, if you ain't paid attention to Facebook will be like, such and such ain't posted in a while. They just made a post. Facebook.
Oh, really? See?
Facebook be petty and messy. It be telling you stuff about people. You be like, I did not want to care. I did not care about that. Why is you telling me? Like I knew Facebook was messy a couple of years ago when it asked me about did I want to throw a birthday party for somebody? I said,
throw a birthday party.
Yes. Like help them celebrate their birthday. Like this was like a week or so prior to their birthday. I said, Facebook, you messy. You is too messy for me, baby. You is too messy for me. But yeah, so people probably got all kind of messages like Mila haven't posted in a while. Check out Mila's new post. Like Facebook be messy. Just know that.
Well, let's just say I got more calls and texts the day that my mama died about me being a nurse.
Whoa.
Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. You're becoming a nurse. You're going to be a great nurse.
Not you going to be a great nurse. Do they know you? They said you was going to be a great nurse.
Maybe I'm they might not have seen me as a social worker. Like I told one family today, I said, look, we already got a war outside the hospital. We don't need another war right here in this hospital. So I'm going to need y'all to take a break. Go downstairs to the cafeteria. Y'all stay up here. We don't need another war.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you ain't no caring person. I'm just saying you ain't no nurse. That's all I'm saying. Take it how you take it. however you felt it, that's how we'll see it.
Hey, again, I do good to be a social worker. I don't have the energy. You hear me? To go to school. Mm-mm. And mind you, my co-host said your lying ass just may be able to start a cult with that since you done lied.
Okay, she had people believing, and that's
So,
unusual.
what can the cult of Jamila be about?
And then she said she wanted to start she's like, maybe I can start a nursing cult. I said, them people work way too many long hours. Leave them people alone. Leave them alone.
leave them nurses alone.
Exactly. They just got through doing 12s. Leave them alone. They do not want to be involved in your
If the people at
shenanigans.
the shopping center, look, if the people at the shopping center can sell nursing degrees, why can't I?
They also go to jail. So why can't you?
And jail does not look good on me. I like my freedom just to paint me too much. Just saying.
But yeah,
So
but
yeah,
I'm just saying, next time
that
anybody
was
want to do,
mine.
anytime anyone wants to do April Fool, make sure you thoroughly research things before you start opening your mouth and saying on the job training for a nurse and thinking you are in.
Hey, I almost became one.
Yeah. But anyway, and what we're watching for episode number 59, we are watching Untold, the death and life of Lamar Odom. And when I tell you this,
Woo.
This is on Netflix, and I will truly say this. Even though we are in a very, very social media, regular media, gossip column, all of this stuff, there was a lot of stuff that either I don't remember or was not being told during that time. And I know myself, I knew I had to have been on them gossip things heavy back in that day. And
that's when you was really like going to gossip websites. Like I remember back, like was it YBF, like Sandra Rose, like those people that you were sister, what is it, sister to sister or somebody. So it was like no, Facebook might have, like social media may have just been getting started during that time.
No, it was there, but it probably wasn't at this level necessarily
Right.
yet. This is, crazy days and nights. Like you said, Sandra Rose. I was on Panache Report. I probably was on what's the oh my goodness, Lipstick Alley, because I be down there to the alley sometime, baby. When I tell you my
I remember
no bounds. And especially at that time. Just straight nose.
Yeah, you're right. YBF, the Jasmine brand or something it was. So yeah.
Like there's why like sometimes now when people, because I think I had mentioned the whole, before the whole TD Jake situation, I was on some of the gossip things. I heard a lot of this stuff back then about him and stuff like that. So allegedly and all this stuff. So when I tell you I was out in these gossip streets, I was listening to the things, watching the things. I was on not Paris Hilton. What's the guy?
Oh, Perez Hilton.
I was on him.
Is it Perez Hilton?
Yeah, I think it's Perez. Like I was on all of the things. If somebody had some gossip to talk about regarding a celebrity, I was on it. And even I didn't know to the extent of all of this. I knew he left a girlfriend and then end up with Chloe and getting married to Chloe. I knew it was a short turnaround time. 30 days is wild. And the only reason,
Very wild.
and then also because
you don't even know if you like a job in 30 days.
Okay. The child died. The girlfriend / baby mama was like, I don't know if I want to travel. And next thing you know, she ain't traveling, and now you got a wife, and then you didn't invite nobody on your side of the family.
Pumpkin?
Now these people don't raise
Pumpkin?
you. Besides Pumpkin, these people done raised you and everything, and you ain't even, I don't even think your kids was there. You ain't even let your kids be like little flower girls and ring bearers. Like,
nope,
you was just. But we gonna start at the top, because before I get into the real ratchetness of it all, because that ain't the ratchet part. That's actually the more calm part as it relates to this documentary or whatever. Let me just start off, and these are the auntie words. She said her sister wanted to name the child Lamont. This is literally my first topic.
This was good old auntie
that helped raise him. Said Lamont was a sissy name, and she needed to name him Lamar. I said, I said, you know what? Later on in the episode, I realized this auntie, this might be why you didn't get invited to this party, this wedding. It might be. This just might be.
I'm just still mad at auntie how she stood up. Okay, so then so we get to that part. So he grows up, you know, mama died of cancer like when he was 10, you know, shipped off to like private school or whatever. So he was good at basketball, you know, so he went to, you know, the good various colleges in Cairns on. Joe might have been in his dad, Joe, might have been in and out of his life then, I think, at that time. Well, in and out, just period. In and out, period. Joe was. He get on with the Lakers. Mind you, he got the baby.
No,
but he got Clippers. The baby mama.
He got he went
the Clippers, the first one. Yeah.
But that's the team he didn't even want to go to. And he didn't want to go to the Clippers. That's the one team that he didn't want to go to.
End up with them. Then doing the summer break or whatever. They go home. They have a baby. The baby died SIDS, I think.
Yeah, but keep in mind, this was their third child.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like she
was after that,
just about every year.
Yeah. After that, life changed for him. And honestly, I don't think Lamar, let's call him Lamar. Lamar really hasn't really dealt with the issues of his mom passing away at such a young age. And then too, with the dad not necessarily, you know, being there. Then he's been with the auntie, and then, you know, you got the school. So it was like he never really, I guess, had that family connection. Even though he had a girlfriend and 2 kids, I still don't think he had that family connection. He didn't know what to do with it. Let's say that. He just didn't know how to handle that. But then he get to the Lakers. It's on like popcorn, baby, around there with the Lakers. Balling out of control. Baby girl was like, no, I don't know if I want to go to don't know if I want to go there. You know, I like New York. I don't know if I want to go. Mm-mm. He was like, we going, or I'm going. Damn you. Stay on here. You going to stay in NYC. You know, he goes out there. He's the man with the plan. You hear me? Playing with Kobe. Was Shaq on the team? Can't remember who it was.
I feel like he got
But
traded for Shaq. I think it was a trade or something. Yeah. Because he was also, he went from the Clippers to Miami, I believe. And then that's when he went
I feel like Miami was after the Lakers because I know Dallas was in there.
But Dallas was
I feel like that might have been. Yeah. And, you know, he just wilding out. Having a good time. I think with him, he always dibbled and dabbled in the dope. I feel like the dope stuff wasn't new with him. That just didn't start in LA. I think that has been something that he was doing alone, you know. Once he got to LA and got more money, he was able to get more dope and or better dope.
Not better,
which dope. I don't know if there's a thing as better dope. I don't know if you can have better dope, but he got the dope, and I think and I can't recall how he met Chloe.
He met her at the Meta World Peace, aka Ron Ortiz party. Okay. He ended up allowing Chloe to host, and she was shocked because she wasn't used to hosting and stuff like that. So he went to the party. That's where Lamar met her, and then they pretty much stayed together from then.
30 days.
Yeah. And then they were married.
30 days.
Now, I'm going to publicly apologize to Chloe. Because I'm more of a Kourtney Kardashian fan. And
really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I will have to say this. The things that she put up with, she did, she hid. She really had to love that man. Because, listen, the stuff he was out here doing, and I'm still smiling for the camera. I'm still doing all this and that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So this is mostly about, like, you know, early childhood, but everything is centered around, you know, when he basically overdosed in Reno or whatever, at the ranch, at the Love Ranch or whatever it's called. Now,
right.
What I end up finding out through this whole thing is that this man was out of his rabbit mind. The fact that he was the opportunist and not Chloe. Because Chloe said she really didn't even know who he was.
And the thing was, she wasn't even really making money, because she said they wasn't making money like they are now. Because all of that was just starting.
Because so she had her old face and everything. She had her old face and everything. I'm not trying to be funny, but like, typically when you get a bag, you know, in the words of Cardi, get a bag and fix your teeth. Like, she still had that same face.
She did. She did.
She was still OJ daughter at that point.
Allegedly. That's facts.
So, yeah, of course, allegedly. But this is like, this man was wild. The fact that he was the one that wanted to be on TV because he wanted to be something outside of just basketball. He wanted to make more money. He wanted to, he wanted to be famous, basically. And he was like, she has these connections and all this stuff because you literally invited people that were double y'all age at your wedding. And most of the people, like, if they didn't have money or if they want a certain status and all this stuff, you pretty much was not at this wedding. Like, when you have a wedding and not one childhood friend is there, you are like, this looks interesting. Because
the people, who was that? That was, might have been Auntie said, with nobody there. The only person that was there was Pumpkin. And then when she said when Pumpkin got on there, he said everybody there was 70 and 80.
Why? Because the people that they showed, I said, I don't even know who that person is.
They all was old. But I have to and I will say this, I have to kind of give credit what credit is due. I do look at Chloe in a different light, but I was really kind of shocked at how honest and open they were about what was, what went down, especially her, because they always kind of seem like they want to keep things hidden and not really tell stuff. And that really put them out on Front Street. And her was like, I think we talked about this when she said, I'm going to clean up the hotel so that they don't know how much he done did in the hotel.
Because he manipulated her. Because he was like, you can't tell anybody about what's going on because where are we gonna live and stuff like this. And as I told me, like, I'll be like with my mama.
Where you gonna live, Kim?
With my mama. Because
on my mama, on my hood.
Because the fact that he is out here with any and everybody in these shady looking hotels, motels, Holiday Inns. No offense to you, Holiday Inn, but that's just how the song goes. And you out here doing, like they say, God knows whatever with the drugs and anything else. And you expect me, and like, I don't want to get you caught up in a scandal, but you don't care about you being caught up in a scandal, that I, to the point, go to the hotel to clean up after your mess, after all you done did. I'm up here making sure removing drugs, probably condoms, everything. Listen, the minute somebody tells me I have to do that, I'll be like, I'm out. I don't care what you say. And they be like, like you divorce somebody that easy? Yes, it's that easy. Cause what?
What, like one of the little stripper girls, I guess, called and was like, "Come get him. We done been going for so many hours. If you don't come get him right now, I need you to come get him."
And that lady had the nerve to be like, well, I didn't know how you was going to take it, so I called Chris first. You calling my mama?
Ma'am.
You calling my mama?
Oh, it's wrong, but call that girl.
And then call Chris shows up. Chris shows up. That is the crazier part. Chris showed up because, baby, you call my mama, you just done called her because, baby, she ain't going nowhere, especially if it's dark. It's not happening. She ain't coming anyway.
If it's dark,
it can be
if
daylight.
It's dark,
she
ain't getting out.
No, it can be daylight. She ain't coming. And then the fact, the audacity that Chris shows up at the hotel, like, is everything okay with this family?
And you know what? You're right. It's not like he. Again, we have nothing against the motels. You know, we don't have nothing against the good motels. Some of them may be fairly decent, but the amount of money that he had and the amount of the dope, the let's say this, he wasn't on no lowercase dope. He was on uppercase dope, all capital letters dope. Ryan here at the shady hotel.
And then he had the nerve, like, apparently Chloe was like, I give you an ultimatum, either, part of an intervention, either 3 months of rehab or divorce. And he was like, well, it's divorce.
And she was like, I didn't even want a divorce. I'm just doing what the interventionist person to say. It was
let me tell you how bad it had to have been when they was talking about he was free basing the pain medicine. How you out here with a spoon in your no? Because even at that point, he had to have been on crack at least at one time. Because he was talking about a spoon and everything, and I was like, "Is we on crack? Like, what?
I mean,
what is you doing out here?"
He did say that he would, and I've heard this and I've read this plenty of time. He was chasing that first high, a high that you will never be able to recreate again. And that's what he was doing. He was trying to recreate his first experience with the uppercase dope, all capital letters dope. He was trying to recreate that. And him trying to recreate that sent him to the bunny ranch.
Love Ranch.
In the middle of nowhere. Love Ranch.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. He done DM'd these women. And he done went out there, baby, and was doing that dope for God knows how long.
He was also doing he said he did the dope before that. And I think that's for legal reasons, because I don't think you can do drugs while you at these places. But they said he took enhancers. And you only supposed to take one in a 24-hour period. And this man done took 12 in 48 hours. Now, and let me also, none of this I'm about to say is about to be funny, but so after he, overdoses and have the 12 strokes, 6 heart attacks and all this stuff, the fact that Chloe was like, the dad showed up at the hospital because technically they were supposed to get a divorce, but the paperwork hadn't been signed. So she's technically
I think it was due to COVID.
Yeah. So in everything, so it was a backlog. So they're not divorced. So legally, Chloe is the one that's making the decision. And so she was like, the daddy was like, rip all this off, take him off the life support, take him off this. And then when she got there, and she was like, he just wanted $100 in a pair of sneakers in a hotel room. And then she didn't see him no more. And then the drug dealer showing up. Like, how much do you have to be?
Let's just say,
how crazy do you have to be as a drug dealer to show up looking for money, like at the hospital?
That's not unusual.
I almost died, and then I still never understood what was in that book bag exactly that he had, that everybody was.
I'm thinking it was probably either it was more dope or it was money, because let's just say this, with no toiletries in there. I'm thinking it was more money or it was more dope, because the thing is that, which is, it's not uncommon for a drug dealer or somebody, if somebody's on that stuff, to for their person to bring them stuff. I've seen it happen. It's not uncommon.
Whoa.
Not uncommon that people would get they in the hospital for using dope and have various medical issues, but it's not uncommon to see them continue to use their in the hospital. It's not uncommon. They want their money. They done fronted him all this dope. And I know we probably left some stuff out because it was just like it was so much of this story that they were telling that it's like you really clutching your pearls because you like, damn. Y'all really? Like, he was legit wilding out. And then what was the killer part for me was this rascal acted like he can't do shit. She done got him a house in the same community or whatever. And he acting like he can't do nothing. She said the smell of the crack cocaine is something that you will never forget.
Yeah.
And she went in there in that rental house.
Okay. Now
And that
she done went
that motherfucker sitting on the edge of the bed.
Now keep in mind, Chloe has already stayed up there at the hospital 4 months. That's why I'm like, this lady had to be in love. And then when he was talking about like, so she didn't want him to, she didn't want him to be like homeless or whatever. And so she paid for a rent a house and for like care and all of this stuff. But what also had got me was that he was saying that he really couldn't like control any of his functions and bowel and stuff like that. And so she was having to do most of the cleaning because he couldn't even walk or talk during that time. And I was just saying to myself, po Chloe. And I never looked at her as like, because nothing was ever portrayed that she did all this to my recollection.
Right.
But I'm like, this is wild. But let me tell you what else is wild. The fact that this man was like, well, my grandmama went to school, back to college, and at 50 and went back to school, I'm assuming college, and graduated. This man was like, I need to do the same thing. I need to go back to college. But then let me tell you what he messed me up at.
He wanted to be a coach.
Yes. I said, nah, a coach or what? Because listen, ain't nobody about to give you millions for you to be up there smoking cocaine with your players. No,
because he's still. Because I think he's still dibbling and dabbling, and I want to say he may have just got arrested maybe earlier this year, last year, maybe for drunk driving. So he's still dibbling and dabbling in that stuff, and I feel like it's like that he's doing that drug addict talk or whatever. Okay. I want to do this or I want to do that. Like, okay, I don't know if you could coach in the NBA, but
yeah, because I don't know if you're ready for that. Because did he say college in the NBA is what's like some people were looking for him to coach, and I'm thinking to myself, all the scrutiny that you got to go to, it must not be a good school. It can't be a good school. It just must be somebody that need a coach, because I'm thinking to myself that ain't no way on God's green earth somebody is letting somebody with your troubled past. And don't get me wrong, people are not their past, but in this instance, when it's connected around basketball and you're all up in this basketball or area, there is no way that I'm going to sit here and just let you be a coach, and I don't even know if you got your life together with the drugs yet.
Right. Because I feel like that would be a bad influence.
Yeah, no. He was arrested January the 17th for DUI and reckless driving in Las Vegas.
And he ain't had enough of Vegas. He shouldn't even want no parts of Nevada.
But at the end of the thing, he was like, am I I'm a Netflix person now. Like, am I A-list? Lamar, A-list yourself to a rehab facility. That's what you need to do.
He need a
And then he
a
talking about, I'm about to
24-hour
go to,
coach.
then he's talking about, I'm about to go to Vegas and marry someone. Lamar, go somewhere and sit down. Think
Lamar
about
ain't
your
learned.
kids. No,
He didn't.
he learned
He didn't
nothing.
even. They couldn't even. Them babies done left school thinking they were gonna be down there on the parade floor. That fucker didn't even open the door for them to be there, and they had to watch it on TV because he done wild out the night before.
And that was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Well, I think he was part of the team
They
twice.
done sat there and told their friend, "I'm gonna be at the parade," da, 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 da. And he don't even open the door.
First of all, I wouldn't talk to him no more. Don't you? Not only did you already embarrassing my mama, now you embarrassing me? Absolutely not. Somebody got to draw the line. Because if I'm going around telling everybody my daddy gonna take me on the parade, my daddy gonna take me in the parade, and you don't take me on the parade, it's gonna be some consequences and repercussions, baby. Because what you look like trying to embarrass me. And then I'm like, they young at this point. Like, kids get teased and everything. And then you already got to deal with, now you got to deal with years later, your dad a crackhead. Like, you can't just be out here embarrassing me.
Wilding out.
People can only take so much embarrassment before it becomes a problem.
But it definitely was, let's just say it's a good documentary. Very eye-opening. Mm-hmm. Very truth-telling. It was, I mean, hey, Chloe, I got a little newfound respect for you because you did more than any other average 24-year-old would have done.
Baby, your sister Kim would have did none of it. I believe Courtney would have, but Kim, I don't think she would have. I don't think she would have. She would have been already. She would have called for an emergency injunction or whatever and be like, you need to sign these divorce papers. Get me out of here. Give us free. Because, baby, I just don't see that for Kim. I just don't see that for Kim.
Yeah, no. But it definitely was a good documentary. So, yes, watch that. Netflix. Was it Life and Death of Lamar Odom?
The Untold, hold on.
The Untold.
It is Untold, the death and life of Lamar Odom. Because apparently Untold is a whole series that they have on Netflix. If you're not familiar with
it. Yeah, they do have quite a few.
Yeah, so they got one
they had one, Steve McNair. It's quite a few of them on there. And they're pretty good.
I can't
remember. So yeah.
One of them that's coming up, I was like, oh, I think that's pretty popular. What is it? I hate when I can't find things. Oh, they got one about Brett Favre. They just have a whole bunch of them. So, and it looks like most of them are sports related. So yeah, it's on Netflix. So go out there. They got one about the Malice at the Palace.
I remember that one.
King is, but they got one on Johnny Football, the shooting guards. Like I said, Brett Favre. They have a lot of them out there, so definitely worth watching. Because, like I said, this was a totally different perspective,
right?
And speaking of basketball, of course, the NCAA championship, women and men's, just won titles. It was UCLA for the women, and it was Michigan for the men. But prior to that, in the Final Four, good old Don Staley, University of South Carolina, they beat UConn, University of Connecticut, And Geno, like,
Mm.
he was acting. He was acting up. He was like, Don didn't hold my hand. I mean, shake my hand. They ripped my player's shirt, jersey. And, the lie detector test determined that he was lying. Because she did shake his hand. The
Mm-hmm.
player to her own jersey. They just happened to lose. And I guess I guess he was salty because some people are sore winners and some people are sore losers. And apparently he is a sore
Mm-hmm.
loser. Um,
That part.
but I will say, and I did post this on my TikTok. Everybody talking about Don because apparently Don was like she can beat his ASS. But let me
I'm
tell
sure
you,
she can.
the way that Khadijah, she was the assistant. Oh, she's one of the assistant coaches or whatever. She has the dread.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, the way that she
Baby,
looked,
ride at
baby,
dawn.
listen, if you would have touched Dawn, it would have been some slow singing.
Slow
Baby,
singing and flower bringing.
okay. Cause she looked like baby, she don't play the radio. She don't play nothing. And she was like, and because these are the people you have to watch out for. The people that don't say nothing at all. Because I don't think she said too many words. But the way she
Mm-mm.
looked,
But she was up there.
baby, the way she looked, I would have been afraid. What's your thoughts on it?
Let me tell you, everybody was ready to go at Brother Geo for what he did and for the foolishness that he did. I'm willing to bet not only would her staff, her coaching staff, but baby, somebody in the stands, celebrities, everybody. Because what we know, or even let me just say this, I'm not fully a sports. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know all about sports altogether,
Like
but
a
I
sports
do
fan?
know, yeah, a sports fan, but I do know that Dunn has she has, I mean, it's like she's a person of integrity. You see what I'm saying? It's like
Mm-hmm.
she's serious, she cares, she's passionate about what she does. And I think she's a good role model. And so I couldn't even see her from just hearing her name in the past few years, her doing anything that was not sportsmanlike, unsportsmanlike. And so, baby, for the people, the staff, they were like, no, no, done. We got this. Go on over there. Go on over there with your rolled up piece of paper. We got this. We gonna handle this. Don't you worry about it. Because they know what she about. And I like how she said too, was like she didn't want to discuss it like
Mm-hmm.
after it happened. Because she was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we're gonna talk about the game. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that at another time.
Yeah.
And I like that because she was like, we're not going to let him distract us from what we're doing,
Exactly.
and what we have a game coming up. So we'll talk about his foolishness later. And then he come with that simple ass apology or whatever because you was wrong. And that apology didn't even seem sincere anyway because I
Okay.
feel like he didn't even address her. He
He
just
didn't.
talked about the whole thing in general.
And Don later said that like he didn't call her. I think he may have contacted her as of today, Tuesday. But prior to that, he really hadn't contacted her or anything because they had asked her about it. And she was like, you need to go talk to Geno. But she was like, but this is about this game. She was like,
Mm-hmm.
UCLA won. Congratulations to them because also with them, they were the first ones to. This was the first UCLA team to win a women's basketball championship. So
Mm-hmm.
they haven't had, a championship ever before, which is amazing. She was like,
Right.
you can focus on like them winning or us losing, but we're not going to be talking about Geno today. That's what we're not going to be doing. And I was like, because somebody had posted in the thing, they was like, people were really believing Geno that she didn't, shake his hand or anything like this. And this is my thing. And they were like, you see everything that people have to go through, and people literally wanted to see the video to make sure that she shook his hand. Whether she shook his hand or not, sportsmanship is sportsmanship. If because also, how can we expect someone, Geno pretty old, he up there. Let me pull up his age.
Old enough to know better, as the old people say.
He's 72 years old. So yeah, 72 years old. So this man knows that you as adults, we have to be very careful of what we say and what we do. Not that we're role models per se, but especially when you have some fame to you and connection to you like that, you definitely have to watch what you say and what you do, because people are looking at you. Like they're looking at him, as a potential, coach, future coach, future mentor. They're looking for him to be like, someone of esteem. And when you do things like this, it does not matter, because there's plenty of times that other people don't get the opportunity to be like, oh, this has happened, so that's why I did XYZ. The first thing they want you to do is be the bigger person. And Don was being the bigger person throughout this whole situation, because if you wanted to fight me, I would call the cops on you. I'd be like, the cops would be waiting for you right there at your van, at your bus, or whatever. Get him, because ain't nobody got time. What you thought I was going to say? I was going to fight back? Absolutely not. Get him. Somebody get him.
Look, she didn't have the time, but baby, that coaching staff did, and they was down for whatever.
Okay. I was just very shocked. I was like, are we really doing this? Like, then the optics of it all. You coaching women's basketball, but they said that Pat Summitt, good old coach from good old University of Tennessee. They was like, she ain't really like him. Allegedly, she ain't like him either. May she rest in
peace. So what the people are saying, good old Pat Summitt said he wouldn't buy shit then.
Okay. And now you done came at Don, baby.
So in other words, old Pat, rest, like you say, rest her soul. She knew he was with the shits.
Okay. So I'm like,
bless him.
Because why you all up in her face time out? Because she didn't, I stood there for like 3 minutes and she shake, we normally have a pregame handshake or whatever. I guarantee you, like the people said, if you would have won, you wouldn't have cared about no handshake. You was just, you lost because listen, I get it. When you don't when something happens, you mad at everybody. You mad at the whole entire world at this point. Everything makes you mad. And I get it. There's things and people right now, the things that they do to me disturb my whole entire being. Not just my soul, my whole entire being.
I am being just everything.
And I'd be like, you know what? Let me not even take it that way. I have to literally be praying for these people. Cause I'd be like, Lord,
well, I mean, and it even took Sister Dawn by surprise, because she was like, you could tell in her face, she was like, motherfucker, what? She was a little, what you said earlier, a little conflicted, a little confused, a little perplexed.
Okay. Discombobulated. Because she was probably like, you're saying this and you're feeling some type of way because, and then he was like, and she was there talking to the ref like this, like you probably don't be talking to him. Have you been around any coaches, even the coaches that be coaching these little kids? These coaches be saying some stuff, baby. Them kids, even with the kids that they don't even know what they're doing at this point, people be ready to fight. People be ready to say anything to these referees, to these coaches and everything. And I'm like, this is college. Yes, she might be angry. You probably done said some things angry to the ref. But if somebody teaching little Johnny and Rebecca at 4 years old, when these kids know they don't know what they doing, and you just happy that they running toward the goal and not toward the bench. That's all you happy for.
You don't need to at this point, you need to get at the right bucket of goal. Long as they did something, you gonna cheer them on.
2 points. Might as well just give it to this team that he was trying to shoot it for. Don't matter which goal at this point. Like, you just happy. If they want to cuss out the referees and all this stuff, when somebody money might be on the line, you think somebody ain't gonna say a little choice words?
Facts. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Don, you're gonna always be top tier in my book, Don.
Okay.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing bad about you. I ain't even gonna allow it. Nope.
And she just carries herself with so much, like you said, integrity and everything. Like, so yeah. I don't even know why, I don't know. I don't know why that man was messing with her. Like,
that point. Like, why are you playing with her, sir? Like, leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Exactly.
Don't even leave Dawn alone. So Dawn, again, keep being you.
Exactly.
Top tier.
Yes. The next and final topic for tonight. Is it? It may not be the final. Oh my goodness, I just drew a whole complete blank.
LeBron James and Memphis.
Oh yeah. Yes. I was like, because let me tell you also, it's so much going on in this world, baby. It was so many things trending. We had to reduce it to only a couple of things. Because if you ain't paying attention, we normally talk about weekend or something that happened with either one of us or both of us. If we, happen to be out and about at the same time, we do a movie or a TV show, and we do at least 2 topics in like a friend and shout out and all this stuff. And when I tell you, it was so much to choose from. We had, I'm gonna get this man name wrong. Was it Pooh Shiesty, or is he dead too? One of them people that just got out of jail.
Oh, that was Pooh Shiesty that went down there and robbed
Gucci Man.
Gucci Man hemmed him up down there.
Then we had Angela Reese being traded by the Chicago Sky. Then we got the person that's supposed to be in charge of the whole United States, that's talking about ending civilization. And then about 10-15 minutes before the show, apparently he's no longer going to do that. He's giving them 2 weeks. Just saying, it was a lot going on. So we stuck on this LeBron. So LeBron had the nerves to say, while he was golfing, and people were like, that wasn't the place and time. Now, mind you, he also spoke about, I think, Milwaukee as well. And Milwaukee also, but he basically was like, who wants to go to Memphis and play? Like, he said that they have Vanderbilt, they have NASCAR, and don't they have a hockey team? Like, he don't know about the Nashville Predators that me and Mila are good, fans of. We need to go to a game. Season, it is.
We do.
Yeah. But this man said this and people got really offended because one, Memphis is, let's just also be clear. I've said this before. Memphis ain't Tennessee. Memphis is Memphis. Memphis wants to be Memphis. Memphis knows there's Tennessee and Memphis knows they're Memphis. And the two do not have anything to do with each other. I still stand by that to this day. Nothing to do with
Memphis is all. I would say this. I've lived in Memphis, have visited often. Memphis is definitely its own world. I don't care where you go in the United States of America. Things will be, the people from Memphis are going to be different. So I don't care where you go. Good people in Memphis. There's good people in there. Also bad people there in Memphis. But again, Memphis is different. But what, as James Evans say, chaps my ass about the statement that LeBron made, and really any, because I think he's not the first NBA player to say something about staying in Memphis. Yeah. My thing is this: you're only there for 24 hours tops.
Maybe 36.
You're not there forever. 36 tops. Yeah. We're going to throw in, making it 48 hours tops. You may be there. You're not there forever. Mm-mm. And most of y'all rascals that's from in the NBA come from places that are just not the best places anyway. Probably some of them are worse than Memphis. But again, you came from the hood. You came from streets that was not popular. You ain't always been able to just travel and go. Now you done experienced the good life. Done been, again, done got a contract, got a little few coins, a little jewelry, some cars, a little property. So you able to experience life. Again, you in Memphis, you only there for 36, 48 hours tops. And you mad because you got to stay at a Hilton? Motherfucker, you was probably, before you even got in the NBA, you probably was staying and living in a house that didn't have probably no good AC. And you had a box fan in there. You see what I'm saying? Y'all like y'all just been with money all this time. Hilton is nice, or the Hyatt, or wherever it is.
He said Hyatt. He mentioned the Hyatt in, I guess, Minnesota. Was it Minnesota? Yeah, I guess it was Minnesota. He had mentioned.
I'm talking about, I'm 41. I don't want to be staying. I'm 41. I don't want to stand no Hyatt. Motherfucker, you ain't there long enough. You just need somewhere to rest for a couple of hours before you go down there and practice and for the game. So, again, don't get too good. Don't think you too good to be staying at these hotels, because your contract can be cut and your money can be depleted quickly. So don't get, now we all like good stuff when we get good jobs and, again, experience stuff, but don't ever be too good where you feel like you can't stay in these hotels.
Okay.
Or whatever.
And if you such a big superstar, tell them you want to stay at an Airbnb then or something. I don't know what to tell you.
Or fly in 2 hours before the game, do your little training with the group or practice and go on back home. But the thing is this: why move it to Nashville? What are you gonna do in them same 36 to 48 hours in Nashville that you can't do in Memphis? What are you gonna do?
You're supposed to be resting. You're supposed to be shooting the basketball and resting and getting you some nutrients. It don't matter what kind of activities they have going on. And not to mention, let's just be for real. Yes, there are a lot of other places that do have hockey and have basketball. But hockey and basketball, nah. Hockey and basketball run on the same season. So imagine you have this Bridgestone Arena that is already hosting Nashville Predators. You got the people wanting to come in during the springtime because they want to make sure that they get their, that concert in at the beginning of the year when they know you got a little bit coinage in your pocket. So they want to go ahead and grab your coinage. And
Mm-hmm.
then with that, if they decide to have basketball, you know how many people, like how of a logistic nightmare that is. Now we got to change this over from ice to whatever hardwood or whatever for the basketball. Then we got to turn it over for the concert. Them people will be tired. And don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
other places do this. But at the same time, then you got to worry about concerts. You got to worry about postseason. If this team make it postseason, that team make it postseason. Now we got to cancel concerts because you can't have this
Because of the game.
concert because of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously that's going to have to take priority over me wanting to go see K Michelle or some stuff. And I don't like that for nobody. I don't like that for nobody. And also, I just want to throw out there, my girl was on Sunday, and she didn't disappoint. She didn't disappoint. Episode 1 did not disappoint me at all. Thank you, K Michelle.
I'm gonna
But
have to
yeah,
watch it.
mhm. But I'm like, that's crazy that you want them to be who gonna build this thing? They already out here building the Tennessee Titans that don't be winning. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully because when you have on a new outfit and stuff, like it make you have a little bit of pride or get a new hairdo or something like that. It gives you a little bit of pride and stuff like that. So like maybe that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe that's what I'm hoping for. But I'm like,
Well, what I want
what
LeBron.
NASCAR got to do with this? I'm like, what NASCAR got to do with this?
I mean,
And
this
what
is
the
the thing.
Vanderbilt Hospital got to do with this? Like, you want to injure it? Like, what? Is everything okay?
You want a little rehab, bruh?
Like,
Get somewhere and sit.
and I'm like, Nashville has minor league baseball. They have professional soccer, professional hockey, professional football.
That's
Listen,
enough.
that's a lot.
And we got country music and all the other music genres here. I think we good.
Yeah,
Downtown is already busy. LeBron, you're only here for a few days, couple of days. And if you want to be technical about it, okay, you may come 4 days out the year. You ain't seen you sitting up down here supporting no football team down here that played the Titans. Now maybe you been here and I ain't know. But again, I ain't seen you at nothing outside of basketball here in Nashville. So why you want to sit here and make our already congested city extra congested down there? Get somewhere, play. I don't want to say shut up and dribble because I know the white woman said that, Megan Kelly said that one time, and I don't want to say that because again, they do some of them do good in the community. But again, don't talk bad about a city that you don't spend much time there just because you don't like the hotel.
But
Again,
he
if you
didn't like
don't
the
like the
hotel at the
hotel,
other place. I don't think it would have to do. And
well,
they on a regular season they only play each other 3 times. Because I had to go 3 times.
so again, I don't understand
And
why these folks act like Memphis
only one of those times was actually in Memphis. Calm down, LeBron.
all the way down. LeBron, you from Akron, Ohio. That don't sound like that's fancy. That don't seem like it's Manhattan or New York City to me.
Okay.
And I ain't
You
even
look
been to Akron, Ohio. But I can tell you, it ain't giving me New York City. So simmer down. LeBron, you come play these games, go on back to your good city where you live at, your good fans' house. But until then, they ain't moving the NBA team here. You just keep
okay.
playing John Morant and whoever it is down there on that team and going on. You only there for a few minutes. Matter of fact, You can just fly in 8 hours before, do your practice, and fly on home. You got enough money. You ain't got to
Okay,
stay at the Hyatt. You ain't got to stay at the Hilton.
take the Amtrak. They
You ain't got to
run.
do
They
none of that.
run. They run in Memphis. Take the Amtrak. So you plenty time to rest.
To the next big city.
Okay.
Buy the whole kit and caboodle, the whole damn sidecar, whatever it is down on the train. Buy it all.
And that's probably some of y'all problem anyway.
Stop,
Y'all want to do
LeBron.
too much in the city that y'all in playing instead of practicing and sleeping. Y'all
And
doing too much.
get booked up. You get booked up when you ride here in these extra cities. They got a lot of shit popping around here. If you don't go down there to Memphis, play your basketball, get you a good piece of barbecue, and sit down and rest and sit in some hot ice, some cold ice, and get your bones together and go on. Hot ice, ice and hot. Whatever it is you got to put on, whatever it is that basketball players do after the game, do that.
Yeah.
We know several places right now where you can get you a good piece of barbecue. They can break it down there. You can eat it. You can go around there. You're close to Beale Street if you don't take that chance to go sit up down there at one of them little bars or somewhere. But don't talk bad about Memphis. Memphis got good people there. We need people to invest in the city instead of
Yeah.
degrading it and talking about it. Build it up. Build it up. That's all you got to do. Build it up. And if you don't want to stay in Memphis, go cross the state line to Mississippi.
Oh my.
Anywhere. Anywhere. Go to Arkansas. Shit. Go
Okay.
wherever you want to go.
Ain't nothing wrong with Mississippi. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you don't like Memphis, you probably ain't gonna like Mississippi either.
Well, if that's the case, go again. You got Mississippi and you got Arkansas. You got two other cities surrounding around there. State. Pick one of them and go.
Yep.
He ain't say nothing about move. I didn't say nothing about moving the Grizzlies to Little Rock.
Mm-mm.
But you won't move to Memphis. Why? You sound crazy. LeBron. Mm-mm. He do. Sound crazy.
How he do?
Let's talking all that nonsense.
But yeah, so ooh snap, ooh snap, ooh snap. I almost said a bad word.
And that's episode 59.
Yep. So for my shout out, I want to, congratulate Coach Corey Close. I believe this is her first. She's been coaching for a little good minute, but this is her first
with UCLA.
NCAA championship, from my understanding. So definitely want to give her a great shout out to her. And also to Michigan, I think they have not had won a title in 37 years. So both teams that won the NCAA championship for basketball, the men's and women's, set out and did something that one has never done before and the other one hasn't done in a long time. I think they said that it's only been like 9 coaches that has won in the last 30 or 40 years in the women's. So I think I was like, whoa. Now, one of them coaches moved around a little bit, some, but for the most part, it's only been like, I think 9 coaches, and I think she makes the 9th coach. So congratulations to Corey Close. She did play at UC Santa Barbara. And so this is huge. This is big. And this is actually her first time as a head coach as well. She's been at UCLA since 2011. So Just want to
Okay.
shout out them, especially her, because this is huge. She got the win.
Hmm.
The team did wonderful. So, much applause to them. But anyway,
Right.
for episode of 59 of Real Life is Friends podcast, where the group chat turns into a podcast, I'm one of your hosts, Kimberly,
I'm Mila.
and peace up, A Town.
Don't play that crazy ending music that you played before.
Listen, nothing won't work.